I am in Mountain Ash, South Wales, to check how one of my student mentee investor transformed a property into a nice, amazing home. I cannot wait to share how she's transformed this property. If you want to know how to buy properties, dilapidated houses, or renovate them nicely, this video is for you. Let's get in. So thank you so much for having me back in your project, Alfie. I'm super excited to be here. It was absolutely a shithole when we bought it.
Yeah.
But I assume it's gone really, really well now. We've done the work. So thank you for bringing me back here. So first of all, how long did it take us to get this project done?
So, well, it could have taken us a shorter time, but I can say it took us about 5 months.
5 months. Okay.
5 months, yeah, to get it done. Yeah.
Okay, 5 months only because we had delays with the builders.
Yeah.
And some of them were messing us about. They said they're going to start. They did not start, obviously. Yeah. But we obviously get them in. In total, maybe the actual work that's been done, how many months would you say? Is it 2 or 3 months or?
I would say about 3.5 months.
3.5 months, okay.
Yes, with a very, very messy garden.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be in here. I was here before actually, but it was amazing. So I looked at the house from the front, trying to visualize how it was before, the front garden.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful. So what did we do here? Let's start from down here. So this is what, basically?
So from down here, when we first came here, this was a big lounge spreading and there was no wall. This wall wasn't there. Mm-hmm. So we're looking right through there into the next room. So with a big lounge there with a wall across, also that went that way into the kitchen. So what we've got now is a bedroom downstairs, an extra bedroom downstairs. So from 3, we've moved to 4 bedrooms.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. That is good. So basically what we've done here, we obviously bring that wall back.
Yeah.
We done the laminate flooring, skirting board. We have a built-in wardrobe, which is beautiful. And then obviously all the doors are fire doors.
Yes, all the doors.
Smoke alarms in all the rooms as well. So which is really, really beautiful. Yeah. But talk me through them, because we had this wall, there's no wall here. Obviously now, I'm trying to visualize this. We've had a kitchen on this side of the property.
Yeah.
We had a wall, a supporting wall.
Yeah.
So what did we do then to kind of make that happen?
So what happened is that we demolished that wall, and then we created an open plan, like a kitchen diner lounge area, which is nice and big and spacious. And then there we also fitted a new kitchen cupboards, everything. And then now, obviously, we've got a separate room there with space to sit and actually space to cook and eat, and a bedroom downstairs. So downstairs was really, really done well. And even, you know, we had to like polish up the stairway, the downstairs part of the stairway. And anything that we found here, we polished it and made it and laminated everything. And we wanted a feature of a bit of gray and white, and to make it more modern.
I love the kitchen. The reason why I love the kitchen, we've got that island in the middle.
Yes.
That is beautiful. When I walked in, that's the first thing I saw. And the thing is, right, rental properties like this, not everybody does islands. So you've got that there. That is lovely. Yeah. It's a very unique thing.
And the reason why we thought of the island is obviously we're thinking about that modern feel. Our ethos is that we have space for people to sit, family to sit if it's a family, and we want that unity, and we try and put that in the feature of what we put in the house, and also to have enough storage.
Of course.
You know, so the kitchen was really small. Even before we removed the wall, it was a really small kitchen with very few cupboards, and wanted to create more storage. But also,
I see that actually. It looks beautiful because what you've extended it by the window, and then you had it a little bit of an L shape, and you've got the island in the middle of it. It's beautiful. I love it. I cannot fault it anywhere. So now we've touched up the hallway here, the landing. I knew there was something to do with the stairs. I'm not sure which are the steps. There was something there. What was going on there?
There was a big massive hole on the stairs. And I was even scared to go up myself and review it. I was thinking, should we get this property? But I kept on thinking about what you said. The most rubbish one, the urine smelly one. I was thinking, what is this?
How do I go upstairs?
I actually thought that we were going to remove the whole stairway, but it all came together in my mind. And then we got the stairs repaired. We didn't have to get the new stairs. We got the stairs repaired. We got the new splinters on the stairway. And then we then looked for deals on where we could get reasonable carpeting. I mean, the end of this project was going towards December. I didn't even know that actually in December people want carpeting, and then carpet shops get really busy. They
very busy. Yeah.
But we got somebody local, and we actually had a very big, massive cut down on the price. Somebody was really local, and the carpet is really nice. Obviously, it picks up the gray for the flooring. Flooring, so we've got also gray carpeting, which still brings up that modern touch, which is really nice.
I love the laminate flooring. You know, I love it. This is durable. The color also is good for rental as well. I love that.
Exactly.
Walking upstairs, what is going on in the bathroom?
The bathroom is excellent. It was amazing. And, you know, the thing is, we did save a bit in the bathroom. So when we bought this property, remember we had a bathtub that was leaning on the wall? And so we discovered it was a new bathtub.
Is that the bathtub you used? That was a bit of saving. That saves about maybe under the
£400. So we used the bathtub that we found here leaning on the wall because somebody had abandoned the project. So we used that bathtub, and then we got, obviously, when we went to B&Q to buy everything else that we kept on buying from them, it was our first buy from them when we opened the account. And then suddenly on our second buy, they said, oh, you now already got your discount. Apparently when you buy from B&Q, when you get to a certain amount, you get a discount. So we got the sink and the unit for free. Yes.
That saves a lot of money. So basically, you almost got the bathroom for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That is beautiful.
You only paid for the toilet and then find the toilet.
And I like this sink. You know, you've got the soft closing drawers as well. That is beautiful, because normally they just go boom like that. But that is beautiful. And now I'm talking about the back room, right? The back room is beautiful. You know, beautiful. I like the way we bring in the built-in wardrobe in it to save space.
Yeah.
So what did we do in that room actually?
So the back room, what we did, we had a big, massive mirror in there. Remember, you said, what is this?
I thought it was another room, right?
Oh yeah, that.
When I saw the mirror,
it was a room.
I thought there's another room somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. The bedrooms here, what I like about them is that they are big, and then now with the fitted wardrobes on the wall, it makes them bigger, and we made sure that the wardrobes go up
all the way to the ceiling,
to the ceiling, and so that people can actually store or actually hang things and whatever they want. It's just that little extra space.
I like the way you maximize the space as well. You've got the shelves like that, and you've got the rail, and then you've got more shelves, and you've got where you can put your shoes. That is beautiful. Yeah. That saves a lot of money as well. And the clever thing you also did, I'm not sure if the builder recommend this, you did not use actual doors.
No.
Right?
No,
you used something else.
We did not use actual doors. We used, what's this?
MDF, no?
MDF wood. So the builder said, I was talking to them about my plans and what I visualized to use this property for. And I said, I really, really need strong doors. And then they said, okay, this will work. And besides them being strong, they're actually cheaper.
Saves a bit more money,
doors,
absolutely.
Yeah, they are cheaper. So we use those. And actually once they put like a magnet close, which is also good because they don't swing open.
That's a bonus as well. Yeah. So I love that room. I love the sockets, right? You've got sockets almost.
Sockets
all the rooms got sockets. I'm thinking, how many sockets can you have in a room? So but that is beautiful.
Because then that allows you to move around if you want to move the furniture around, if you want to change. And as I said, it's the idea of what we want to use this property for, and a few of our properties that will be developing in this area. So we do need the sockets so that it gives the people that opportunity to move things and move furniture around and not be restricted.
I love that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So walking out of that room, on your left-hand side, you've got the boiler storage. That looks like a Worcester boiler, huh?
Yeah.
That's an expensive one.
Now, you know what? That was another good deal. I mean, because we knew we were going to spend a lot of money on the outside, we tried to save as much as possible on the inside.
Which I'm very good at, right?
We were let down by a previous plumber who charged us for only to supply the same price that another plumber charged us to supply and fit everything.
Boom.
So that was really
You are very good with your negotiation. When I said do this, Rahim, I've already done that. I've negotiated it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything now. That's good.
Said I will supply the boiler, I will supply all the pipes, I will supply this and supply that, I will supply all the radiators. We're like, go
beautiful
for it.
Radiators.
Go for it. And the price was exactly the same price as the price to supply. We wish we had been charged by the plumber, we'd let us down.
And you were charging markup as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was good. It worked in our favor. I think there was somebody watching over us. What they're watching over this.
And they've watched over us very, very, very well, to be honest, because getting that boiler
You know, it's an expensive boiler, that is, I'll tell you that now. And you also have a thermostat that goes with it. Sometimes they install it, they don't install thermostat. You've got that. You can control it from downstairs. That is beautiful. And it's cabinet, nicely in there, chucked in. And then we're going to go to the other small room, which is the smallest room in here, right? It's a single room. It looks a bit small. It looks smaller when we bought it. So what did we do in that room?
So in that room, we didn't do anything really. But what we did is we removed, there was a little blockage where I think when there was a bed there, everything was removed. And then obviously there's a trick about painting houses white. So that makes that large and spacious. And you know, even when the people were viewing that room, when some people started coming to view, they were like, oh, this is nice space. And you could tell that they actually want to use it. And it feels like a whole bedroom anyway.
And basically, you got 3 double sockets as well.
And so, oh my God, the socket.
3 double sockets.
For storage. Besides it being a small room, we kept the storage because it had a cupboard in there. All we did was polish it up and refurbish it and make it look nice.
I love it. I think removing that, whatever it was on that wall, make the rooms a lot more bigger.
Exactly.
Because when I walked, I was like, is this a single room? Has she moved the wall? But then when I asked you the question, I was like, it wasn't as this been there was something there, because I remember there was something there. But that makes it really, really lovely. Exactly. And I like all the fire strips you have around the door as well. Not everybody does this in a rental property if they're not HMO. So that is a very well thought. The doors are fire doors as well. That they take me nicely to my favorite room, the front bedroom. Tell me what we've done there.
The front bedroom is my favorite room. Also, it's got a beautiful view of the mountains. Yeah, it's got and actually everybody who I bought, even before the property was done, when I bought my partner here, it was the view from that front bedroom, and it's massive. It's got the many sockets also. It's got the fitted wardrobes, but it's the beautiful view and how big it is that room, and it remains one of the best features. And I think it's the view. The view remains the best.
I love the view. You come here in summer, you will love this place.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, it's beautiful. I love it. So the room got massive window in front. You've got double socket dotted everywhere. You've got that wardrobe middle of the chimney. Lots of shelves in it. That is beautiful. So
and going back to the windows, you just mentioned the windows. And we never did anything to the windows. We found massive double glazed windows in this house. The windows were actually okay. Those are some of the things, tips from Rahim. Look at this, look at that, look at that. We looked at all those things. Of course, there were some things that we thought, well, we'll still make our money back. Things like the boiler, there was no boiler. We just thought, we'll take that. But the windows were here. They were actually good. Massive windows, and they bring that view of this place.
And the light, is it?
The light is just, it's just amazing.
I love it.
It's a good
I love it. This project has been an amazing project, and obviously it's your first to do. So
and it was going to the outside of the house. Obviously, this was the most confusing part. Mind blowing.
Yeah,
the garden was a mess, and
I
remember
mess is not enough. It's a massive, gigantic mess.
So you know what? I think the learning from this, I'm somebody who absorbs when I learn. But I think we never had any issues to discuss during our training or during your presentations about the garden. Absolutely. So this is going to be one for you, right?
Yeah, we completely ignored the garden because I was under the impression that the garden is fine. But when I walked in here, I was like, what a mountain, right?
And actually, I worked so we got so many quotations. I had to drive 3 hours. Just be patient. I had to be really patient with the garden. Tips from your mentorship is about negotiating, and then looking for other people. We started looking for other people who were gardeners, and then started getting other prices, comparing prices with people that we knew, people that had worked with Rahim. But we eventually found somebody who was also doing a supply and fit at the same price as the quotation we got for the supply only.
Exactly, yeah.
And they were going to do the whole fencing. They were going to clear everything.
Yeah.
They told us that to clear the top part and the bottom part of the garden, it was going to take 10 big skips, if not 15.
Yeah.
So to reduce that number to 5 skips, we had to do the lower part of the garden. And we found out during that process that we had a big, massive land at the back that was as big enough as this house and the front garden.
Boom, get another house up there, right?
So that's big enough for another house with a yard and a driveway. So we put that project on the side. We fenced it for now. So what we're going to do is the plan is to is to bring back what we've spent on this project and then do that. And the people who want to actually rent this place are actually loving it, because what they've said to us is that they want to be part of the garden project. So yeah,
that's it. So basically, we've done this house, right? Obviously, I like the way I need to go back on that, because that is very important. Getting the tradespeople, the builders, to do the outside work. I remember getting so many quotations, expensive quotations. Tell us, good. I said, Alfie, go back and negotiate. Go back and negotiate. Go back and look for another builder. Go back and look for it. It was painful at that point. It wasn't exciting at all. But that day saves us money.
Yeah.
Because some of the job we've done at the back, we did not budgeted for, quite frankly. But you being perseverance and really consistent as well, knowing that we got to save money, we're able to save money. And they've done a beautiful job by having that fence to support that.
And we've actually built a wall. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed it just now. I saw the whole concrete wall is there. That's going to support it for a lifetime.
Yeah, because we're a falling off wall.
I know.
Now we've got a whole nice new concrete wall at the back there. And it was the first time when I worked with builders to do a risk assessment. So what we say to the builders is that, you're going to do this job for us, but we also look after you. And I'll tell you that we had different builders. I think we had about maybe almost 10 builders. And in all those 10, we only had disagreements with only one and somebody else who was then referred by another builder. And this one made a disagreement before we even started. It was about the contract. So actually during the work, it was only one builder who had been referred by another builder who we thought, okay, this one is not our builder, it's been referred, but he didn't do a good job. And we obviously went through the contract with him. So it's important to have those contracts. And then we pulled out when we then said, you're not meeting up to the contract. But all the builders have been really good. And actually, the funny thing is they've all offered to go they've asked to go into the next project with us.
Good.
And we say to them that we will definitely get in touch with them near at the time. And actually, some of them have offered to go to the viewings with us. Yes, about three of them have said, when you arrange it before you go to your next bid, corners will come with you. We'll make an appointment, tell us which day you're coming. So it's up to us to pick which one we'll go with.
Absolutely. I love that. I love doing that. So the builders, obviously now you build a relationship with them. That's going to be part of your power team now.
Yes.
Right? You have to nurture them, work with them. The stupid ones obviously not going to work with anymore. The ones that did what they said they're going to do, keep them onto the next project. So what challenges did we face? I know you've touched onto this building stuff already. So what sort of other challenges did we face whilst we're doing this project? Because it's not all amazing, isn't it?
It's definitely not amazing. It was quite difficult for me to actually program. First of all, I needed to get my schedule, my daily tasks together. It's hard because I was 3 hours away and to actually know whether somebody's here, whether somebody's not here. So what I did every morning before I start my normal day-to-day job was the day before I'll write who's been in the house. So I had 2 task books, who's been in the house, who's coming tomorrow, who's coming this week, who's coming next week. So I would actually just send them a quick text, hello, how are you? Are you there already? How is things going today? What are you aiming to do? And then usually I'll get a response. Sometimes I didn't get a response, so I'll call them, maybe text them again in the afternoon or give them a call, how are things going? So what I would say to them is, we just want to check if what you're doing today because of the next builder. Not that we're checking on them because we want to actually now schedule the next person. So we would use that as a way of checking. And sometimes we didn't even check daily. If we think we trust somebody and we know that this week they are doing this and they are planning to finish maybe by Friday, we would contact them on Friday and say to them, oh, hello, how are you? When you finish today, at the end of the day, please can you send us a video? Thank you. And I think one thing that the feedback that I got from a few of them was that even though we're texting, we use the hello and kind regards, thank you. We always use, and they started sending us back that with the signing kind regards Alfie. And every time I made a payment, we'll send them to show that the payment has gone through our bank, and we'll send them just a bank slip. And we made sure that we kept to our contracts, the days within the days that we're supposed to pay. And I think that's a few of them actually came back to us with that feedback that you actually paid on time, you did this on time, and which was really good to hear.
That was good, actually. I need to point that out. The why you are on time is because they've get the job done.
They've got the job done. They sent us the video.
Exactly. You've got to prove that it's been done.
Yeah. Those who have not sent us the video will say, we're still waiting for the video. And those who sent us the video and we're not happy with the job will say, we're not happy with the job. You need to do this, you need to do that. And obviously, I think our difficult part was that we didn't have the enough experience to see some of the things that were wrong until maybe sometimes Rahim would zoom in, take a screenshot it and put it and say, oh my God, I didn't see that. So we were just seeing a house that looked like hell, and then we think, oh, that looks nice. But it's good that once we then thought, oh, okay, so you have to look at this, you have to look at that. I think the other difficult part was to get the materials and make sure that the materials got here and they got here on time, and we're trying to shop around when you're not there. So I found out that I could even go to my local B&Q and just get there. It's like measurements, the 3 millimeters, whatever. And then they just couldn't understand that we couldn't get that online to just pick and shop because we'll get the wrong measurements. So I would go to the shop straight and then actually tell them. And I actually found out that one of my next door neighbors where I live, actually works at B&Q. So
did you guys have a different discount?
So what I was doing now is I was just writing down what I've been told, or just say to the builder, send me a text. They'll send me a text, I'll send it to my neighbor. And then my neighbor was, and now we actually talk, because I never used to really talk to them.
It's like your next door neighbor.
Oh, no,
right. So I love that, So that then comes to communication, right? It's about communicating with people. I like the word please and thank you. I can't remember now. There was an investor I worked with, and we bought a property in South Wales. Obviously, we need to use next door neighbor's pathway to get to whatever we're doing. She wasn't communicating with the neighbors, and she wasn't nothing like that. And then she had to use the neighbor's house or pathway. They said no. I said, why? I said, because I've never spoken to her. I was so scared. I said, you know what you're going to do next? When they go back down there, get a bottle of champagne, put it in a bag, give it to them as a present. Say, sorry, I've not been communicating with you. My name is that. Can we be friends? They become friends. And then guess what? All her stuff sits on next door neighbor's garden. So communication, thank you, and please is very, whether they're working for you or you're working for them or with them, please, thank you, kind regard, being polite is just amazing.
It was
right. People give that back to you.
Yeah.
And most importantly, also what you pointed out there, paying the builders, right? You have to ensure they've done the job before you pay them, which is what you were very good at, actually. So I like that. That's where lots of people also make mistakes. They just pay and they don't check. But you doing that is very, very beautiful, because if you don't, you end up spending more money.
Yeah,
right.
And I think also the other thing about what did I want to say about the builders? Well, in terms of like the problems that we had a very funny, strange problem that we didn't think we were going to have. Not from our builders, not from any of our workmen or from us, from somebody who was delivering. So a delivery guy had a problem with our next door neighbor, and they ended up in a fist fight. But that was solved. We called the neighbor, we apologized to the neighbor. Sometimes you have difficult neighbors, and I think working with Rahim, we've managed to find ways of dealing with difficult neighbors and people being anxious about a house that's been bought and what you're doing to it. And you're still going to have those, and it's how to manage them and how to actually continue to communicate with them, which we did. And some of them obviously didn't like some of our builders, and would say to our builders, don't engage with the neighbors. If you are actually falling apart with the neighbors, we will engage with the neighbors. So the first thing I did was to give the neighbors our phone number. Obviously, that I don't know whether that's a mistake, but you know what? We had to deal with that so that the builders are not disturbed by the neighbors. Right. And we wanted to get the job done. We'd rather deal with the stress.
Yeah, I love that, because your neighbors are your closest people to you. I like the way you've dealt with it. Even this morning, I like the way you dealt with it. You listen, and then obviously when I looked at it, we realized we haven't got any problem. So I like the way he's very professional as well. So it's all about communication. That is very important. And managing the builders, I think you've done that very, very well. Because I walked in here thinking, that socket has not been done properly, that socket has not been hanged, what is going on with the smoke alarms? None of that happened. So you really were locked in that. And any feedback I give, you take it to heart and obviously communicate it with the builders as well. So that is beautiful. That is
And
beautiful.
one thing in what we did with the builders also is every time they finish their job, they're now done, they're now going, we'll say, do you have a page where we can put our feedback? And they will tell us their page if they've got one. If they didn't have one, we'll send them a message to say thank you. So what I do is my directors, the people I work with are my daughters, and I've got one who's doing, obviously, I've put it around their careers. So there's one obviously who's doing the public relations and the rental of the properties for us. She's the one who we've given all the builders' names. We said to send them like a season's greeting and thank you so much message for this. To say
That is beautiful, Alfie.
and you know, if we knew where they were, maybe next time when we've grown bigger, we'll send them Christmas cards and whatever, something to just say thank you. And that, you know, is that time of the year.
Appreciation. Appreciation
And
will
get
go a
back to
long,
them.
long way.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing better than someone saying thank you for the job you've done, right? They would appreciate that so much. So get that done. They will love it. So now we've done the work. Obviously, today was evaluation day, and the evaluation office has come and gone. So we're going to look at the figures now, right? I'm excited to know about the figures. So, by the way, the evaluation officer said you'll get the report today. She will do everything today. So he said he does not know when the lenders will send you, but our mortgage broker is on the case.
Yeah.
Right. He's very smart. So if you get it, he'll send that to you straight away. So.
And he's very good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good to know.
He just it takes you through what you have to do.
Brilliant. I love that. So now.
Oh, sorry for interrupting this video. I just wanted to draw your attention to a guide I've just created. This guide is for you if you're looking to start and scale in property investment, and you've got questions that you want to ask in order to start your property investment. This guide is the ultimate guide to start and scale in property investment journey. I talk about the different type of investment strategies. I also discuss the 11 ways you can raise finance to make any property no money down deals, and the type of properties to buy in order to generate a serious return in your investment. And I'm giving this book away for completely free of charge, no string attached, nothing, absolutely free. Click the link on the description of this video to get your free guide now. We've only got a limited number of these copies available as well, so click the link to get your guide now. Let's get back to our video.
So, how much have we invested in this property today? So that you might not know all the figures, roughly.
So I think for just to getting it done, we've put about 45,000. I think 40 to 45,000. And then obviously we bought it about 75,000.
So that is 70 plus 40. That's 115,000 all in, right? Because 45 plus 100. So for 70, yes, 115, right? Yeah. So 115,000 we have put into this deal. So looking at what we expect to get, what did we said our end value is going to be?
I can't remember.
You can't remember. I think we said, correct me if I'm wrong, can't remember to my mind. Did you said 140 or 60? Can't remember.
I think we said 100. I think it was 140, 150 there about.
Okay, let's go for 140, right? If we go for 140, we spend 115, 140, we've added significant value, right? You're talking about how much there? 25,000?
Yeah.
Right? And that 25,000 was our deposit, less than our deposit. So in essence, if you come back at that figure, we recycle our money out, you can go again and get another one. Yeah. And what really makes it so expensive also is what we've done outside.
Yes.
Right? If it wasn't for the outside.
It wasn't for the outside.
Right? It would have been less. Because you're very, very, I call that word parsimonious. You're very frugal, which was very, very good. So we're looking to recycle all our money out, right? Let's put fingers across so we can recycle our money, we can go back and buy more houses. But the thing is this. You were persistent. I remember you ringing me. I'm not sure if you were crying or emotional.
I was crying.
What have I got myself into? What have I got myself? So how does it?
At the start, actually, also, I was actually crying. Well, there were more tears that I didn't share with you after that.
I think it was going on here.
And all I kept on thinking is, do not put any of your emotions in it, Alfie. Do not be emotional. So I railed it back and I said I shouldn't be emotionally involved. I should just be passionate about it and not emotionally involved.
I said to you, enjoy it. You know, enjoy it. It is challenging. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
And now,
I think it was the first project, but it was a harder first project.
Harder. All project is always harder, right? So now, looking back, now you're walking in here today, right? Seeing what you've done. How proud are you?
I'm very proud. I didn't think I'd do this.
You've done it. I told you, you're going to walk into this property, you know, and you can see what you've done. It's like, I don't know, well, you know this, but it's like having a baby or being pregnant, basically. That baby's going to be growing in your belly and then becomes a baby. Like wow, this is my carbon copy, right? It's not that emotional, obviously, but that's how it is like, you know, because you took a dead property, literally a dead property, a complete dead property. You bring it to life. It looks amazing. Everything is brand new, no question asked. I love everything about it. And then obviously you're going to rent it. What's our estimated rent to the people that want to take it?
So the people that are going to take it, we've offered them between 2,000 and 2,300.
Repeat that again.
Between 2,000 to 2,300.
Fantastic.
And they said that they're happy even with the 2,300 per month.
What?
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's more than what's the market value. That's 2x or 3x the market rent. Yeah. So well done for that. Let's get that contract signed. I think you've done amazing. And what advice do you have for people that are contemplating or thinking about investing in property?
I think my first advice was, especially if you're going to do it with a mentor, remember you're not hiring them to do it for you. They are a mentor. You're going to get out there and you're going to do the work. As Rahim was saying to me that I'll call you and say how far, or I'll just send in pictures and say that is done, that this is done. Because the minute I got the momentum of like, okay, I need to do this, and I'll just only contact him when I think I'm stuck. And also, one thing I'll say is if you have to be passionate about it. It has to be something that you want to do, not because somebody else is doing it and they're making the money. It has to be what you want to do because it is not easy. And you have to be really creative. You have to be disciplined around time. Otherwise, you're going to have just an ongoing project for over a year, 2 years. You have to be disciplined. You have to know your time frame. You have to try as much as possible to keep to your time frame.
Fantastic. I love that. And also your money, right? Which is what you're very good at. So.
This project has made me learn that my time is money. It's valuable. Every minute of my time is valuable because the minute I thought, why did this builder get there like halfway through the day? I knew that, you know what, that's extending my period of time, my plan, everything. It became money. And I started talking that language, saying, you delayed us, and obviously this is going to cost us this, and this is going to cost us. We're working with you here. We want you to work with us. Every time you delay us, you're not meeting up, not just to your contract, but to our time. So I learned that my time was money. Anything that I actually was doing since I started this project is that my time is.
I love that. It is true. It is true. Absolutely. Time is money. That's why I'm saying, look, they need to get it done. Especially when it comes to the plasterer I was messing about. It needs to go, get the job done, or we're going to get someone else. So that is good. So now, because I've got so many females in our platform that want to do properties, but they're really scared. I'm a woman or I'm this. Would I be able to do it? Again, what advice do you have for those people?
I don't think it matters whether a woman or a man. I only dealt with one woman throughout this project. With all the people who've done this project, as many as they were. I mean, in the whole team, I only had one woman who I dealt with. And actually, she was the hardest to negotiate with. The men actually were, they were banned. She was
like you then, isn't she?
she was
Same
like,
character.
So really, it's not, I don't think it's a men's industry, it's anybody's industry. As I said, that it's not about whether you're male or female, it's about whether this is your thing, this is your passion, you understand it. And every time you fall, you're going to get up and move because you're thinking about your time and that this is your dream. If it's actually your dream, you're going to make it. And also, I think the other thing we touched on when I came for your presentation was people, I think when we're talking as groups, people were worried about color. You also mentioned that. And to me, color has not mattered at all. I knocked doors, everything. I knew exactly what I wanted from that training. Before I even walked through the door to come to your seminars, I knew what I wanted. And I just thought, color, I'll put it there. If it comes up, I'll deal with it. This, I'll put it there. I mean, color has come up with my neighbor, I think, a little bit, but I just put it aside. What I want is, to build my empire. And if one door shuts, open another.
Yes, so it's because you're focused, that's what focus does. If you focus on what you want, you're going to ignore most noises, try to sort them out when the time is right, which you are very, very good at. So now, coming back to my program then, what advice do you have people that are contemplating about maybe joining my program? I'm very young, not sure what I'm doing. So what advice do you have for people about what I got to offer them?
Well, I think it's not about your age and being very young and whatever. It's about listen to what you offer. I listened to your first like online, because I was just perusing on Facebook, just going through Facebook. And then I just found you on Facebook. What I did is I related to you with color, obviously. And I thought, okay. In a place where this might be difficult for a person of color, let me hear what this guy is going to say. There were so many of the people that I found there, but I just wanted to relate, somebody I could relate to. So it's not about your age, it's not about your color. It was what the message you're delivering and where you came from to actually get there. And I think also relating to the hardship of what you came through. And I'm not saying only Black people should come to you. I think anybody,
absolutely,
even a white indigenous person should come to you, because I think you are authentic, you are passionate, you are there, you are present. If you say you're going to be present, you're going to be present. If you pay for a package where you want that one-to-one, you're going to get that one-to-one. I'll inform you. I remember I would say, I think you finished work now, Rahim, but I need to ask this. Oh, Rahim, I'm worried about this. I'll just panic. I'll go into a panic, and then I'll just send you a message and you would respond. You would respond. So you were there. Even though you were not around me, I could feel that presence, and I felt safe.
Oh, thank
you. To me, it was a really safe space. And I think what I needed was that safe space so that and you grow in a safe space. And for me, to be able to be vulnerable and then to also then cry. This is a business. And then I'm now crying. I think it's the safety. I felt safe to be able to be vulnerable and then in the same time learn from you,
Wow.
And I'm way older than you, but I still felt safe in that space to be able to think, this person is here to guide me and actually is going to be here now to comfort me at the same time.
I love that. I think, to be honest with you, the way I work, if you give me energy, I give it back to you, right? So that's what I tell people about my program. As I said to you, if you're not ready, don't do it, right? Because I tell you the truth, right? You have to give me the energy back because energy feeds on energy. So you gave that to me. And you said something very important during this interview. You said, I go back when I have to go back, right? That's a very key thing, because what you are doing there is like, okay, I'm going to use my brain.
Exactly.
Right? To it. Or before I do it, I ask for an advice, which is key, which is why you've done this. Right? You're not waiting, okay, I'm going to wait for them. You went there out of your comfort zone. As I said, emotions kicks in, but you use that emotion in a positive way. Said to yourself, look, I'm going to make this happen. Forget about emotion here. Because that's what I preach to my female investors, because I tell them, don't fall in love with anything in property. Just fall in love with getting this stuff done. And you've done that. And you were able to move from there, because I was thinking, is she going to do this? Or do I really have to get this project off her so I can get it done? Especially when you call it very emotional. But I was able to talk to you through the process. And from then, no emotions anymore. You literally like strong and all that. So I love that. So it's been amazing, to be honest with you. I really loved it. And whenever I'm driving around, I pop in as well, just to make sure I'm keeping an eye, just to make sure everything is going well. And where help was needed, also we provided that with the builders. I think you've been amazing, and it's been amazing working with you, because you use your initiatives a lot more than most of the other people, which is also beautiful. And you went outside to look for different way of renting the property as well. Which again is a different skill, right? So that is very beautiful. I love that. And I love you bringing your daughter in it as well, so they can have the experience and learn about it. And as I said, not being, how do I put this word? Not saying, oh, I don't need to go and ask him this question. I can do this myself. So I love that part of it. And I love the feedbacks as well. When I give you feedback, you look at it, oh, I didn't see that. You went and tell the builders what they need to do. So it's been amazing. So looking forward now, what's our plan going forward?
We're going back.
Going back.
We're going back. We're going back to back to on the drawing board to look for another property. The bit that I don't like is the auction.
Right, it's a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it?
I think you and my daughter enjoyed that.
Yeah. Really. You were like this, shaking. And
I think she enjoyed the viewing.
Yeah, she loved the viewing.
We were following other people, listening to what they were saying, which was really good.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, this property is the property that we came to first and we're late.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody had left. And we arrived and they said, you need to walk around very quick.
Wow.
And this became our property.
This became your property. So I'm super excited. So we're going to go again, January, February. We're going to get another one. We're not going to we need to keep the momentum.
We definitely keep it.
So this remortgage hopefully will be done in January. Get it to whoever is going to take it on. Job done. We move on to the next one. So you've been amazing. And I look forward to the next project.
Yes. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful.